Alright then, Tweeter of Chaos, you win. Do you know what this is? This is my other hobby. My other hobby that has sat unpainted and unfinished for weeks. And why? Because you keep sending me content to do videos of. I hope you're happy. Well, here we go. Yesterday, we got 2 new video snippets on the Wheel of Time Twitter account. One is one of those little short teasers, and another one was a scene featuring Rand and Selene. We're going to take a look at both today because I was too busy yesterday. And I imagine we'll get more today, and I'll have to do the same again later. On with the show. Let's make a start and take a look at this teaser that they released. There's a lot more in this one than in the last one and the one before that, as far as I can tell. So let's take a quick look and then we'll go over it in more detail once again.
Everyone has a choice, and every choice has a consequence.
Hopper. Selene.
If you want something,
hang on.
You have to take it.
Okay, so a lot in this one, an absolute bucket load to get through. Let me just put that right. So if we start again, we'll do a few pauses as we go. Initially, this is from the clip we got later in the day as well, so we'll bypass this for now and move on to the rest of it because there's not much there that we're not going to see in the next one anyway. The backgrounds are interesting though. If you take a look, this looks to be at the top seems to be Falmer, and then or the coast around there with the Sean-Chan invasion. At the bottom it appears to be Egwene. Who else can we see? We can see Sheriam and Leandrin for sure, but it looks like it's in the tower. So that's a scene we've not seen anywhere else to my knowledge. Anyway, here we go.
Everyone has a choice.
Rand and Moiraine together, and then Perrin
And every
with
choice has a consequence.
Hopper the Wolf, we assume. Now this bit's interesting. So I don't know if the picture below of the child has anything to do with it, and I cannot tell who that is above, but this looks very much to be Egwene comforting Nynaeve after she has come out of the Archers for her accepted test. Now, thing is, if you look at the next bit, where that appears to be Egwene channeling at the Archers, so either she snuck in there on her own to do her own accepted test because she is a little bit, ambitious with the power, or if you put it together with the scene prior with all the Aes Sedai outside, maybe she's coming here to try and rescue her because she's not come out of the Archers. It's been warned, so perhaps in this case Nynaeve's inside and she's in there, and then that would tie in quite nicely with that scene of her cradling her after facing all her fears and coming out covered in blood, which she shouldn't have done. So that's excellent. That's some superb insight there, hopefully. Leandrin with a knife made of air. Who's she threatening, do we think? Where in the tower is that? She looks quite excited to be wielding it.
If you want.
And that one, that's the more important one. That is definitely, well, I say definitely, it looks very much to be Leandrin exiting the ways with a number of horses. And on the back of the horses are slumped 2, potentially 3 if there's one behind. 3 bodies in white. Novice white, potentially. So that could be, well, I say it could be. It's clearly Leandrin taking the girls to the Sean-Chan. Now, how are they restrained? Is this fork root tea for the first sign? Or is it more simply that they're bound and gagged by flows of air like we read about in the book a lot? That's probably more likely, I would suggest, given that she's an Aes Sedai and that's, the power is her first port of call for solving most of her problems. But she looks so menacing there.
Something. You have to take it.
See, that last bit with Mat as well, we've seen this a lot, but we've not actually seen much with Mat right now, just him being tempted by the dagger. But if he's being tempted by the dagger, then the interesting thing is they must have got the dagger back, because Fane currently has the dagger, so that's not likely to be near the start of the series. That's going to be much nearer the end, you would imagine. But I think, considering this is 24 seconds long, there's an awful lot for us to go through in there, and that's brilliant. But we'll move on. We'll take a look at the next one now. Now, this clip we've got of Rand and Selene in the countryside is shorter than the ones we've had recently this week. It's only a minute long, really, but it gives us a bit of information, and it answers the most important question so far of the run-up to the launch of Season 2. Hair or hood? Obviously, at this point, hair. Sorry, hood people, but that's it. It's solved, unless she's decided to fake her hair and it's actually a hood and she's using the weave to change it. But I mean, really, no, it's just hair. We've won. Thank you very much. Go on.
My friends, they used to dream of cities and traveling, but not me. Up here, the world looks like it still fits together. I can believe it's not broken.
Rand seeking peace on a mountain.
The wheel never gives anyone what they want. Least of all me.
No one and nothing ever gives you what you want. If you want something, you have to take it.
He's in no way being manipulative at this point. Not in the slightest, no. So, short and sweet, doesn't give much away, just Selene not manipulating, not tying any strings to Rand in the slightest, just sat on a hill somewhere and having a nice time, obviously, clearly. Start again, though. So what I'm thinking straight away by this is that's Rand's travelling clothes, that's his old get-up, and we've seen him in a lot of the trailers wearing finer stuff or what appears to be a uniform based on the sanitarium where he is working to get to Loghain. So I would suggest, and I think we've seen that this is from one of the later episodes in this series. This is not from the first couple, so I think this is likely to be some kind of a flashback, maybe to how they met, maybe to the journey that they're having to get back to Carrion, where then Rand establishes himself for some months. So I think this is going to be in the time jump period that we're going to have witnessed has happened at the start of the series, and then we'll go back and take a look at various elements of it as we go. So we'll press on a bit. There's not much to digest from this one, except that it's clearly hair.
My friends, they used to dream of cities and
I do like this bit, that his friends always wanted to travel and he's happy with the solitude of a mountain.
Up here, the world looks like it still fits
And it is very pretty.
I can believe it's not broken.
You want to go back there?
The wheel never gives anyone what they want.
Does feel like something's missing from this scene, though.
Least of all me.
Potentially they walk around the corner and see a ruddy great statue of a Choden Khal.
If you want
It's important to establish those early, I think.
take it.
And she's stringing him along even now. This will be their first kiss, I reckon. I don't think they've been established. I think they've been travelling for a short while now. Doesn't seem to give us, there's not much room there to show us anything. Unless it carries on going out and up and maybe we see some more, but there isn't much to go on this one. I just like it. So yeah, there we go. That is yesterday's content. Hopefully we'll maybe get some more today to see. There we go. Right, excellent. So what do we think? Is that Egwene saving Nynaeve from the Terangreal where she's having her accepted test Does something go wrong? Is she, because she channels inside perhaps, does that make it so that she can't get out without help? Is it a case maybe then that Egwene is the only person powerful enough in the tower currently to have a go at bringing her out? Who knows? But it does look like she's there, and she does seem to be there for when she comes out, and she wasn't there when she went in, so clearly something's happened in between that's brought them together. So I would suggest she's involved. I don't think she's trying it herself because of the fact that she's with her as Nynaeve is out anyway. So that's important to see. There are other things to look at as well. Like that scene with Rand and Selene, it's obvious she's manipulating him. I don't think it's present day. I think that's in the past, once that they're on their travels. I imagine he meets her somewhere on the way to Carrion, and they take a while and establish this no-strings relationship that they've got going on. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Chodan Kal, the giant Sar-Angreal statue, at some point during that scene. It feels like there needs to be more. It pans up like that and cuts away. It does seem a little bit too brief to me, so we'll have to see. And again, there's no let up this week. The Tweeter of Chaos replying to my anguished message that I had to make more videos saying, what is this done? We don't know it. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled, and if there's time today, we'll get another one out for you. Until then, take care.